Welcome to the Best of the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney, and we're happy to welcome you. And we want to say thank you to everyone who supports us on all our platforms, especially those who write to us on social media, follow us, and share their immigration stories with us. We're grateful to the community that we have built together and it has inspired us to create this podcast. We hope you enjoy it. Abby is here. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Jim. I'm doing good. Thank you for taking my call. Um, I just have like a question.
Okay.
My lawyer is about to send I-601, okay?
Yeah.
And there's a deadline, so she told me next Friday.
Okay.
But I'm kind of confused because he's putting like the extreme hardship on my son, with my son. And he's the one that petitioned me.
What's the thing that you're trying to waive?
A criminal past, Jim, 38 years ago, to be exact.
Okay, well,
And
I don't have all my stuff with me, but there are little carve-outs, and I think crime might be one of them where a child can be the qualifying relative. I'd have to check to make sure, but
yes,
that might be possible. But your lawyer says that it works?
I had another lawyer, Jim, before her.
Yeah.
And I think she didn't do really a good job because when I went on 2022, I laid out my case to her. I said, I've been without status for the past, since 1980, basically,
Yeah.
with three adult, professional kids, and
Right.
because of the afraid, what I did. And let me tell you what I did, It was
Okay.
welfare fraud, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, but I did it and I cleaned that. But I know for UCIS, it's still there. I know. So back in the amnesty, I applied and I had permit back then in the 88. But when UC sent me the letter, congratulations, become a permanent resident permanent, I told the truth, Jim. I told the truth because there's a questionnaire there that it says, have you ever been arrested? Thank God I say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been honest. I was honest. And so what UCI did gave me the time to like clear, that record. But I was on probation for 5 years. So obviously, it didn't collide with the time that they were, offering. But nothing happens, no deportation, no nothing, thank God. So I continue, I passed the everything. So I went back to the judge and they reduced the crime, okay, to misdemeanor. So there's nothing really on the FBI, okay? So anyway, I decided in 2022 because my son is a veteran, my oldest son, and through the military parole.
Yeah.
So they approved it. I got my I-30, approved. But when I went to the interview, February 10, my lawyer, I think, messed up a little bit there because she didn't prepare me, by the way, So the OC's officer, really nice lady, she asked about that, if I was a conviction. And my lawyer says, oh, no, and it was, I go, and then she looked at me and I said, no, yeah, there was a conviction. So I was honest. By the way, she appreciated me because they knew Jim,
Sure they
So
did.
anyway, yeah, they know. So anyway, so she says, I'm a little concerned, about this. Maybe more info or a waiver. So I said, okay, my lawyer, okay. So we were leaving, and I said, ask her, please, how long will she respond to this? And she said, about 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks, Jim. I got the intent of deny my I-45, right?
Yep.
So that's why I'm doing the waiver. But my lawyer, I can see she's very confident. She said she has told me that she does all these waivers all the time and never lost one. And I asked her, if they deny, what is that after and how long do they take? She told me 2 years and she'll appeal. So my son, he just had an interview with a psychologist yesterday. And since he had two aneurysms, Jim, on the first one, when he was in the army, he passed away clinically for 14 minutes. And
Wow.
then he just had another one back in 2001. Yes, sir. And he was in the military hospital for 16 months, and me after him, there. So anyway, um, that's probably her strategy from my son that he petitioned me, and he wants mama here, because I
Yeah.
am here with him, you know. Even though I married my American citizen husband, and he lives in close to Houston, I'm staying here most of the time with my son because he still struggles a lot mentally, and you know, it's been a challenge and it's been rough, you know. So I don't know. Your advice, or do you think we're doing the? Do you think my lawyer is doing the right? We're doing the right thing.
I do. I do think your lawyer's doing the right thing.
Yeah,
And
me too, Jim.
I do hope that you get your waiver. I mean, you've been waiting a long time to get into status, haven't you, Abby?
Oh yes, Jim. Look, the first time I came, I was a kid. I came back in 1976. So thankfully, back then, being a kid, I didn't know, but my sister married an American guy, and so we crossed the border with no, back those days, it
Yeah.
wasn't like right now. So I got my Social Security, genuine, real. So when they just assigned me the Social Security back in December, they confirmed my Social Security, and actually I'm up to like withdraw my Social Security, retirement, because I have worked all my life, Jim. Okay, all my life. So, um, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I would like to continue working a little bit, Um, but yeah, it's been a long, long time, and I think I already paid my dues, and it's been long, long time, and I have been honest most of all, Jim. I don't regret it because I know a lot of people had lied about stuff. I know, but I didn't, and I feel I feel good. You know,
You're a good woman, Abby. Keep us posted. Let us know how the waiver goes, okay?
I will. Oh, Jim, by the way, I went to the police station yesterday because my lawyer, so they know how it is. And by the way, it's in Texas because it's tough here. So
Yeah.
my lawyer sent me to the police station to get my record
Hmm.
clean, obviously clean. I paid the $30. They gave me the clean thing. I wasn't afraid to go. Don't be afraid. This is my message. Don't be afraid because God is with you, okay? And then I went to get my license, my driver's license. Thank God, and I got it. So thank you so much, Jim. I feel more confident now that you just tell me that my lawyer is good and she's doing the right thing. Thank you so much.
I love you, Abby. I wish you good luck.
I love you too, Jim. God bless you and your family. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Oh man, what a great call. And I needed that because some fool on TikTok says he's going to report me to the bar. Thank you, Abby, for that. I wish her all the best of luck. What a journey. Oh my God, what a journey. And her son, I hope he's doing okay. I hope she gets her green card.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Jim? Thanks for picking up my call.
Sure.
Yeah. I have a question. I am green card holder, and suddenly I had shoplifting case 2.5 months ago, and a week ago my case was dismissed, and I took all papers from the court and sealed my case. So and now I worry about my naturalization, how will affect, and
Okay,
what I
so
should do at this point.
sure. So dismissed means lots of different things. So a dismissed on one end of the spectrum is the prosecutor took a look at the case and said, this is not a real case. I'm dismissing it. There's not going to be anybody talking to the judge. The judge isn't going to make any findings. And then there's sort of the other end of the spectrum, which is like you sort of admit to doing something, or you sort of go into diversion. You sort of have to do classes, or you get to do some stuff, but there is sort of like a finding of guilt or somewhere in between. So tell me about your dismissal.
So my case dismissed without dismissed by court without prejudice. What says in disposition?
Did you get any probation?
No, it's no probation, no jail time, nothing. Just dismissed. It's what says dismissed by court without prejudice, and that's it.
Did you pay a fine or anything?
Yes, I like it was like small fine,
Like how much?
like couple $100. That's it.
Well, how did it come to be dismissed? Like what was the what happened in the underlying incident, and then why did they dismiss it?
So I don't know. We didn't. I didn't talk with judge. I didn't talk with prosecutor. My lawyer, criminal defense lawyer, he just took care of everything. The day of hearing, I went to court and I just waited, in a hallway, basically. And judge, I mean not judge, the criminal defense attorney, he took care of everything.
Got it. So
the arrest, actually I have police arrest too, but
right. So okay. So when did it get disposed of? What was the date that it got disposed of?
You mean the case when was dismissed?
Yeah, when was the case all over with? Yeah.
On March 4th.
March 4th. Okay. So, and are you married to a U.S. citizen?
No, my wife, she's green card holder as well.
Okay. So when you apply for citizenship, you have to wait 5 years from March 4th. So you need 5 years of good moral character. So even though you got to dismiss, and even though it may have been expunged by whatever state you're in, that's still an arrest. So you're going to have to mark yes. Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever been cited, charged, or detained? The answer is yes. And then you're going to need 5 years of not getting in any trouble before you can get your citizenship.
Okay. And what else I have to show to immigration when I go for naturalization?
Well, first of all, I would wait to apply. I would apply with a lawyer when the time comes, because you're really gonna have to be careful how you answer each question on the N400. And then I would try to start developing evidence of good moral behavior, like volunteering or helping out at your church or religious institution or a school, or doing something to help other people, so that people can write a letter and say, oh yeah, good old Arthur, he's a good guy. You should give him his citizenships, because you got to balance out that charge.
Okay. So not right now. Right now is a bad time to apply for naturalization.
I would say your chances of getting approval if you apply right now are about 5%, because you have to have, it's your burden to show 5 years of good moral character, and you don't have it because you had the shoplifting charge.
Okay. Okay.
My friend Julian made a good point that I almost forgot about. So, I have a video out there that says, if you're an immigrant with a criminal issue, do not get it expunged. So you need to make sure you have a complete copy of everything, because it might make it hard for you to get it later now that it's been expunged. So usually that's a bad idea until you get your citizenship. So make sure that you keep a complete copy of everything, because USCIS is going to want to see all of it when you apply for naturalization 5 years from now.
Yeah, I took all the copies from the court, and I took police arrest copy as
Good.
well.
Good. Just scan all that in and scan that all in and make sure you have it somewhere safe, okay?
Okay. And the other question, probably I should start from that question first. Do I deportable at this point, or
Do you have to report it?
no, deportable?
Oh, a little shoplifting charge? No, that's not deportable.
For green card holders is not a problem, right? Like, I mean,
Not yet. Nope,
from
not yet.
immigration.
Thanks, Arthur. See you, buddy.
Okay. See you. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye. Ma, hello.
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 Hi, Jim. So I have my case is I am an F1 student, but I'm currently out of the US. I left to renew my visa, and on multiple occasions, my visa has been rejected. So I have a fiance in the States, and we like, okay, since they're saying that you have immigrant intent, let's not go this non-immigrant route again. Let's do an immigrant route. So our wedding is set for the end of this month. But the main thing is we're kind of concerned because I went to the States with a dependent. My son, he's still there in a case that something I need to talk about is that I have been school overseas. So I still have my active F1, my service is still active. But for this semester, because I have to be in person, so I will have to drop off the second half that starts around February, stuff like that. So my son gonna be out of status for that time being in. We concerned that since they refused my visa 3 times at the embassy because of immigrant intent, so we're thinking that if this case won't affect my immigrant since it was a non-immigrant. So there were our concern lies. And then if my son being in the States, we also his stepdad we want to do an adjustment of status, in fact, do that concurrent filing for him. So we kind of concerned about what our chances with my past refusals for non-immigrant. Is it gonna have a say in the decision of my immigrant visa and stuff like that? So there were our concerns are.
Okay, so let's back up. Where are you from?
Liberia.
Liberia? Did you say Liberia or Nigeria?
Liberia.
Sorry, say it one more time. It's this. The audio is dropping.
Liberia, not Nigeria. Liberia. Yeah.
Okay, and at some point in the past, you had an F1 student visa, right?
Yes, it's still. Yes, I had it. It expires. I'm like, let me renew my visa
No,
because
just listen. You got to stick with my questions because you're sort of all over the place. Okay. So when did you first get your student visa?
2022.
All right, and so you came to the United States on your F1, and you brought your son. Hello.
Yes, I say yes.
Okay. So when did you have a 1-year visa or a multiple year visa? What was it?
It was a 1-year visa, and my program was a 2 years because I was doing MBA.
So then sometime after the 1 year, you left the United States to go back to Liberia, and you left your son in the United States. Is that right?
To renew our visa because I just wanted to do a renewal.
Why would you do that? That was crazy.
Yeah.
I would have told you this was going to happen.
I didn't know that because I thought it was just something that I could just do, and yeah.
No. So, but to be clear, you left your son in America and you went back to Liberia.
Yes.
And did you leave your son with your fiance?
He with my sister because
Okay. And how old is your son?
my son is he's 14 now.
Okay. And so when did you leave the United States?
That was last year.
So when, in 2024?
Sorry, that was December 2023.
Okay. So then you've been trying for the last year to get a new visa stamp to come back to the United States.
Yes.
How in the world is your CVIS record still intact?
Okay, so because I had to get reduced coleslaw for medical reasons. So because of that, I could still the school was able to reduce my coleslaw, and I will have to get the medical reduction. So because of that, I could.
Yeah. But did the school or anybody notify CVIS that you were not in the United States?
I don't know, but I talked to service to my status, and it was still active.
That's not the question. Then that's not. If it's still active, it's based on incorrect information.
I don't know if they notified them because they provided the information to me from the school, so they gave me all of the information that they approve it, and even when I went to the embassy, they took it there and stuff. They sent communication for me to take there as well.
Okay. How many times has the embassy refused to renew your F1 visa?
3.
Okay. And were you saying that on one or all of those, they thought you had immigrant intent?
Yes.
Did your son get his F2 visa at the same time you got your F1 or after you got your F1?
Same time.
Okay. So the embassy let you guys come together, but they wouldn't renew it thinking you had immigrant intent. Okay. So now you're saying you have some fiance in the United States who wants to file a fiance petition for you?
I want to do the marriage.
So are you married?
My wedding is end of this month.
So he's coming to Liberia to marry you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And so then he'll file an I-130 for you, and then he'll file an I-130 for your son and a 485. He's a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes, he's a U.S. citizen.
So he'll file one I-130 for you. You're going to consular process. That's going to take 2 or 3 years. You know that, right?
I know that.
You do or don't?
I do.
Yeah. So I don't think that as long as the embassy doesn't believe that you lied about having this boyfriend or about coming back, as long as you were completely honest with the embassy, then I don't think the repeated refusals of your F1 will hurt you on the spouse case.
Okay.
I might also get your case on file and the receipt notice back before your husband files for your son.
Okay. I contacted your office, and I think intake call with, is it Juan,
yeah.
or something like that?
Juan Brennan, yeah. You want me to have him reach out to you tomorrow?
Yes, I have an intake call with him.
Okay, perfect. I will. It's tomorrow. Your call with him is tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let him know that you were on the show, have him watch it, and then he'll be up to speed when he talks to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Yep, for sure. Here comes Sage.
Hi, Sage. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're happy to have you. What's your question for Attorney Jim Hacking, please?
That's so cool. I have 3 questions, actually. I'll make it really fast. I know a lot of people have to chat here. So I'm a Canadian that's married an American citizen, and I'm waiting on my I-130. I've overstayed my, I came across as a Canadian. Am I at risk of deportation while I'm waiting on that I-30?
May I ask, or sorry, Jim, but who filed the I-130? Are you married to a U.S. citizen or
a U.S. citizen?
All right. And when was that filed?
It was filed July of last year, and we've been married for 2 years and together for 4 years. I was previously approved for the 90-day fiance, but I was pregnant at the time, so we ended up getting married a bit earlier.
All right. Well, Jim, what do you think?
Keep going, Daniel. You know the next question to ask. Keep going.
Well, I mean, what's the plan? Are you planning to go back to Canada, or you stay here? Or,
No,
yeah.
we'll be staying here. My husband has a good job, so I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, so we'll be
So did
staying
you
here.
file to adjust status
Yeah.
485?
No, I have not done that yet.
Why?
We've been tracking, to be honest. We just haven't done it. So
Okay. The I-130 gives you no status. The I-45 gives you status. So that was a really big mistake.
okay,
You should file that yesterday.
okay,
You need to file, I mean, maybe for work authorization, so you have proof of status. I mean, whenever you file an I-130 separately from the 45, bad things happen, right?
okay.
If you're in the United States and you're planning to adjust, was it a money thing or was it something?
Money, yeah. Just expect.
Well, you got to scrape together that money and get that 45, because 45 would be a good defense if they tried to deport you. I-130 doesn't mean much of anything.
Okay, so get that filed yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay. My second question is, I have kind of a holy heck folder that if something happens, and I have your guys' name as my attorneys for representation. Does that work if I'm in a different state?
We help in
mean-
all 50 states, but I'm curious what a holy heck folder is. If you
I
could
like
please
that.
explain.
A holy heck folder. We might have to make a TikTok about this. What's a holy heck folder?
It's my passport and just things that in case I, just passport and my anything to do with Canadian to kind of go with me. If holy heck.
Got it.
Yeah.
But we're not your lawyers right now, you mean?
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like if something happens, that's who my husband would call.
Yeah, we handle stuff all over all 50 states. Immigration's fine. That
Okay.
works.
Awesome.
Is your husband going to need a co-sponsor, or does he make it?
Yeah, no, he makes a decent money. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
we're over 80,000 a year.
Get that thing on file.
Okay, I will.
All right, bye, Sage.
Bye.
AJ's been waiting. Hello, AJ.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good, Jim. Hi. We're feeling so lucky. My wife and I are together. We
Nice.
have one question. It's one question, but it's two parts. We filed our I-130 in October last year, and it has been in process. We got our EAD last week. My EAD, my wife's a U.S. citizen, and I'm already on H-1B. In the US. I've been here since 2015, first on F1 and then on H1. And as you know, the H1 has a cap of maximum 6 years. So I'm going to hit that cap this year in end of September, I think. And since 45, 130, everything was concurrently filed. And we got married last year. The question is, we want to travel to my home country in, let's say, the next 6 months time frame. We think it's okay because we also have a lawyer for our case, and she said, yeah, you guys are good because you have an H-1B, and there's like some sort of like a special thing where H-1B is allowed to go, but even though your 45 adjustment of status is pending
Without advance parole.
Correct. Yeah. Advance parole.
I hate that rule.
Yeah.
I push back against that rule all the time. I'm conservative that way. I mean, I believe that anybody, if I were an immigrant, I would not leave the United States for 6 months.
You just made my wife's day. I'm telling you that. She really likes that.
She and I are on the same page.
Yeah, she hates it. She's like, why do we want to take a risk? Can't you just tell your family to just hold on?
Yeah. I mean, a couple of things. Number one, as a threshold matter, I believe no immigrant should leave the United States in the next 6 months just to wait to see what happens, especially if you're from especially if you're from a country that might get a travel ban. And I don't know if you are or not, but regardless, I think everybody should sit tight and wait to see what happens and watch. That's number one. Number two, I'm not a fan of LPRs not applying. I want LPR applicants, even if they have an H-1B, I still would encourage them to apply for advanced parole, just because you never know how things get locked down in a CBP computer or a USCIS computer. And if they don't let you in, they don't let you in, right? And then the third thing is, I would imagine that as we sit here right now, you don't have a valid H-1B stamp in your passport, right?
I don't have. I do have a stamp. So I went back home last year in December. So
Okay,
December
good.
2024.
Yeah.
But my employer got merged with another company, so I got a new H-1B company now. It's approved. I got the 797 approval notice
with the I-94.
With the I-94, and then my company lawyer is saying, whenever you go, you're gonna have to do the whole stamping again because the company name has changed. So that's a risk because of the new administration, right?
Right. And so to me, then, if I think I'm gonna roll the dice and go because of the rule that says if you have an H-1B, you don't necessarily have to advance parole. If I'm going to roll that dice, then I sure as hell want to make sure my H-1B is all squared away.
Right. Which
I think it's all too removed.
Yeah, you're right. And since like my current stamp is not going to be valid because obviously the company name has changed, so this officer might be like, well, this doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, you're right. Okay, so the second question, it's a small one, is my wife's on all these Reddits. Okay, she really likes to go on these Reddit forums and it's a whole dinner conversation every night. And I'm like, you should just stop. There's nothing.
Probably, yeah.
So she saw somewhere that the AP is absolutely useless. Somebody was venting on Reddit, and she's like, "Hey, babe, I think we should talk about this with Jim. Is AP really something that we can use if it shows up in our mailbox?"
Oh, if you get it, you can use it for sure. Okay. What I'm saying is, what I've been saying about advanced parole is, since the fee increase and since they separated out advanced parole, I should check with the office overall, but to my knowledge, I don't know anybody who's gotten advanced parole before they got their green card. I think it's almost like a scam.
Okay, good to know.
I can hear your wife there being the side character giggling.
Oh, she loves this show right now. Awesome. I think this recording is gonna live in our memory for.
It's like live Reddit posting.
She's like, we should not travel. I'm looking at flight tickets, and she's like, no, we should just stop.
I think she's right. At least wait till you get your green card, then go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
See you, brother. Bye, AJ. Well, there you have it. Another edition of the Best of the Immigration Answer Show. Again, my name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. If you want to get a hold of us at the firm, you can email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, or you can call us at 314-961-8200. You also can join our free Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. We'd love to have you join us there. There's thousands of immigrants talking about the immigration process in there every single day. We also have our YouTube channel where you can subscribe to see all of our videos and to get alerted whenever we go live, whenever we're going to record another episode of the Immigration Answer Show. Maybe you could be a guest and ask us a question. Finally, if you're not following us on TikTok, we suggest you do at Immigration Hacking. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.